call me. Busy day? Sticky. So those fingerprints in. I'll have to get to work. Leaving so soon, Comey? Alright, I'll see you later. Bye. Stupid elf. Alla homora et revilio. So, I wonder what the brilliant Miss Granger is researching this week. Let's see. The Grendel of Grindelwald and the Origins of Maledictus. It is unsurprising that the great dark wizard Grindelwald, second only to Voldemort in the mastery of dark magic, shares the first half of his name with the monster Grendel. The story of Grendel is the center of the tale of Beowulf, a literary achievement of Old English written sometime in the 8th century. Jeez, Hermione, we know you're smart, but sometimes the gratuitous scholarship is just yawn. While eclipsed in fame by Gothic English monsters from Muggle literature, such as Frankenstein's monster, Dracula, and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Grendel is as complex a backstory as these monsters, even though he appears much more primordial in character. Love Frankenstein. Such a relatable character. Gotta check out if it's showing up on the Muggle Movie Network sometime soon. Without recounting the entire story of Beowulf, Grendel is a murderous monster that plagues the King of Denmark. The monster is provoked by any overly joyous feast in the castle's great hall. Incensed, Grendel emerges from the forest to wreak havoc. Cuddles, shut up! I already fed you. Can't you see I'm trying to read? It seems only bloodied wails of suffering quell Grendel's ire. From the few who survive, the monster is said to be a hulking, filthy creature with a vaguely human appearance. I wonder if I've ever been described that way. Those were the days. Castles and kings, feasting, loose wenches. On the other hand, there was plague, death by monster, and a life expectancy of about 25. Wow, it's really beginning to pour. Beowulf, the hero, hears of the king's plight, arrives, and stages a loud feast to draw Grendel out. Beowulf kills the monster with his bare hands, which circumvents the charm Grendel wears, protecting him against all weapons. Note to self, research charms against weapons. Another hero. All you need to do to be a hero is be strong and brave. When Grendel's mother realizes her son has been slain, she becomes enraged and in her fury attacks the castle, as Grendel had. She retrieves Grendel's body and drags it home, back through the bloody retribution she had exacted for his death. Beowulf hunts her down in her lair beneath the lake and slays her as well, carrying Grendel's head off as a prize. Yeah, those were the days when you could take a head as a trophy. Take a head for a trophy now and they treat you like Ed Gein. Hermione, why am I reading all this crap about Beowulf and Grendel? Huh. Okay. My interest in researching this poem is not the narrative per se, but the origin of Grendel and his mother. They are said to be descendants of Cain. Cain is the son of Adam and Eve of the book of Genesis. He is known for killing his brother in a jealous rage. Cain's punishment for fratricide was that he be forever an outcast and destined to wander the earth. Hasn't everybody wanted to kill their younger brother? After hearing he was to be an outcast, Cain trembled and expressed fear that he would be torn to shreds by the first strangers that learned of his crime. This is when God put the mark on Cain to protect him. Scholars quibble over whether the mark was on his forehead or his arm. There is much lively debate as to whether the mark on Cain was a blessing or a curse. It protected him so none would kill him, but it also prolonged his endless wandering, sparing him from death and the peace of the grave. A mark that spares you from death. Note to self, conduct further research on protective marks. Yeah, I'd never go for one of those scarification tattoos or those branding tattoos. I kind of like the tattoos you get out of the Cracker Jacks box. Yeah. And magic marker tattoos. I like those. The Old Testament labels Cain's punishment as a blood curse because he soaked the earth with his brother's blood. Is a biblical blood curse the same as what wizards call a blood curse? If Grendel's monstrous nature is attributable to a curse placed on his ancestor Cain, it has a strong resemblance to a blood curse that is suffered by a Maledictus. A Maledictus is an individual who, bit by bit, irreversibly transforms from a human to a loathsome creature. It is not an animagus. In the Vulgate, the 4th century Latin translation of the Bible from the original Aramaic, the curse of Cain reads, approximately, Super hoc maledicto subjectus vegus attic profugus est Cain. Blah blah, blah blah, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. The use of the Latin term maledicto in describing Cain's curse reinforces my preliminary suspicions about wizard blood curses. Is it possible that creating a Horcrux is not a spell but a blood curse one casts upon oneself? Now it's all about blood curses. Give Hermione a new hammer and everything looks like a nail. If you think about it, Medusa might be a Maledictus. She was quite beautiful until Athena cursed her for being defiled in her temple, and she transformed into a monster with snakes for hair. And K from Kafka's Metamorphosis went to bed a human and inexplicably woke up a cockroach. He might have been a Maledictus. Could it be that Voldemort issued a dark mark symbolizing protection once a Death Eater commits an act that incurs a blood curse, like making a Horcrux? Is the snake of the dark mark actually Nagini? Was Nagini a Horcrux for all the Death Eaters? Wow. Finally, I was unable to locate documentation regarding details about the death of Grindelwald. While Harry said Voldemort killed him, it's hard to draw a firm conclusion from a single vision. 4 days I spent at Pottermore Library, and I found no credible evidence or even a hint. If I only had my handy time turner to go back and witness the actual history. And something doesn't seem right about Voldemort's finding Grindelwald alive, even though Dumbledore was unsurprised. Up until the conclusion of the Great Wizarding War, the summary punishment for escape from Azkaban was a Dementor's kiss. Hard to believe even Shacklebolt would spare Grindelwald. The Muggles hung the worst at Nuremberg. Could we have actually spared that monster? Looks like Hermione's got a few questions here. 1. Is a Maledictus a member of the Grindelwald family? 2. Did Voldemort's affection for Nagini suggest why Grindelwald was sure Tom's Nuremberg visit was to free him? 3. Could a Horcrux soul fragment re-inhabit the empty shell of the body of a person who received a Dementor's kiss? 4. Did Grindelwald survive his punishment of being administered a Dementor's kiss by having a Horcrux? 5. Did young Tom Riddle learn of Horcruxes from Grindelwald? 6. Was Grindelwald a mentor to young Tom during his holidays? He did hate that orphanage, didn't he? Winding things up, the story of Beowulf is incomplete if I fail to mention the hero Beowulf meets a third monster after Grendel and his mother. Beowulf meets a dragon, and while Beowulf succeeds in slaying the dragon, he succumbs to his wounds from his battles and dies. Nothing like ending a fantastic set of mysteries with a dragon. Looks like that's all she wrote. Colloportus. I wonder if Hagrid is going to Wizards Without Wands this week. Maybe we could meet up there and go out for a beer after.